Welcome to the channel where all you gotta do is put a floor in this Mustang. So I wrangled this, I wrangled the roll cage, part of the roll cage out, make it easier to work on, and tossed the floor in here. And I mean, the fender wells aren't gonna work, obviously. So we'll have to address that. And then I'm going to have to go underneath and mark where this frame comes through the floor. So this thing will sit down. I haven't really decided how exactly I'm going to do that. There's a couple of ways I can do it. I think what I'm going to do is just cut this guy flush, so this is just even here. So there's a slot in it, and then I'll take a piece of sheet metal on my press brake up there. If you can see it behind the training pads. That's to train my mill to not leak oil. And then I'll just make a little, half-inch piece of angle, and then I'll spot weld it to this guy. And then weld it to the side of that, so it'll not be all jagged and stuff. Because trying to bend this guy is going to be hard because it's got all these little pleats and stuff in here. So I think that's what I'm going to do. But you've never seen me change my mind before, so there's that. Alright, well, I'm glad I didn't video that. That was like a monkey effing a football for a few minutes. But it's kind of in there. Need to do a little bit of trimming. I intentionally made it a little bit small, but it should be fine. None of this stuff lines up super good, but I think that's pretty normal for a Ford product. This crease should be kind of lined up over here, and it's not. Yeah, that's nice. This way it's too far out. This way it's too far in. So, but we'll get that. We'll do some trimming and getting that fitted up. And I think what I'm going to do is, this is the piece that came out of here. So I think what I'm going to do is use this as my, I'll cut a piece along here, and then I'll bend a 90-degree angle in it, and then the bottom will match, all the bottom contours will match this gibberish, and then the side I'll hammer flat, and then I can rosette weld it to this guy, and I can just spot weld it to this guy. So this piece will be utilized, and that'll hold everything in kind of position good, and all that stuff. So this still needs some more work, right? Because I got to get rid of this lip, get the fuel tanks in. That's going to have to be one of my, and then this guy here is going to have to get cut like that. So this flange is over here where the, let's see, that light's kind of terrible. So this flange will be like here, and that'll interface with the fender well, and then I'll just have to make a straight piece, just a flange that goes from there to there. So that'll be a lot simpler than trying to make this curve. But yeah, it's about what I expected it to look like. Doesn't fit perfect, but a little massage in here and there. Get her going. Have to fill that little gap there. Okay, so getting this floor installed. Everything is lining up pretty good. Not too bad. I need to do some clampy stuff. I got this all trimmed in here so it fits down into the torque boxes and stuff. This doesn't go down all the way because there's a new frame rail under here, so I gotta kind of hammer and dolly this maybe from here to here kind of flat. And then I got this guy cut. So this seat pan, this is really heavy as well. And let me show you what I did. So I took this brace out of here, which is really heavy. And it's only on with these cheesy little spot welds. They don't look like much nothing. But basically I just took this brand new, I never used this little short guy before, and I just ground it to a sharp point. I don't know if you can see that. It's not perfectly sharp, but if you put the flat side up against here and just bonk, 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 doesn't take but 5 hits to knock those out of there. And then I'm not sure, I may modify these and put them back in, but I don't think so. They're heavy and I'm going to fill that up with foam anyway, so it's not going to be an MVH thing. Make quick work of things. Alright, I got the pilot side done. Looks good. I mean, a little massage in here and there, but nice coat of silver paint makes everything look better, doesn't it? Instead of that crap. Okay, so trace this line down to here. That's where this edge is. So I'm not very good at this, but you know, practice makes perfect. But I kind of hammered and dollied this a little bit. Used a little heat. That guy and that guy. That guy. I definitely have more work to do, but I think I'm gonna drop this in place and see how it fits, and then a little bit more work, kind of straighten this thing out. It actually doesn't look as bad from this side, but none of this is going to be really visible anyway, right? This is going to be under the carpet, and this is going to be on top of here, which nobody will ever see. But I'm using this as an opportunity to kind of learn the skill. So when I have to do it on, you know, pieces that people are gonna see, I'll do a better job with it. Okay, so there it is. Pretty much fits in here nice. Once this is welded down, I can hammer and dolly it a little more, make it prettier. And I folded this little edge over here, so that slides into the body line nice. Kind of tidied that up. There was a little bit of gap in there, but overall, I think this fits pretty good. Still haven't decided what I'm going to do about this whole kerfuffle here, but we'll science something out. It's pretty much no avoiding that because shipping a bottle thing. But so now I'll pop this thing up and hammer and dolly the other side. Hopefully it'll look better than this. Okay, one more step in the process. So that's where the fuel cell is going to go. Well, one of them. The other one's over yonder. And of course I have to build a box around this because this is basically just the cell, but there needs to be some sort of structure around it. But what I had to do, because it had that seatbelt thing there, I can't really get my hand around to the backside, but I got this kind of clearance good. And then I'm going to top it off of there, and then like this is the clearance I need, so this is fine, this will work, but I'm also going to do some hammer and dolly work to make this kind of look like this side. Okay, so I'm doing the second side here. Doing it a little bit different this time, just because of, maybe it'll be better. I got my redwood stump under here. And I'm going to hammer from this side, see if that works better. I don't know what I'm doing, so. Okay, that was about, I don't know, 10 minutes worth of banging on it. I might need to get that a little bit better right there, but anyway, not too long. Doesn't take that long to make it shitty like this. Probably takes a long time to make it good, but I'll get better at it. There's the, yeah, that needs a little bit of help. So one of the things that I'm using here to hold this at the right height is you can usually pick up these at your local thrift store for a couple bucks, $5–10, and then they work really good as like muffler holder-upper things, right? They can't support that much weight, but something like this, it's fine. I have a selection of them over here that, let's see, this one, it was probably on 25% day, so a fourth of that, $8. And it's super sturdy, but it just doesn't have the right thingy to hold my camera or any camera. It's missing that part, so they're kind of useless, but they work good for this kind of stuff, just as like a hanging off the edge of the workbench, plywood, whatever, flimsy stuff, holding a muffler in place while you're welding on it. It works perfect for that. So anyway, little safety tip. I think I'll hit that a little bit more, and we'll maybe do a little bit more hammer and dolly work on that guy and then jam it back in the hole. Okay, so there it is. I wouldn't call it D for done, but maybe a D for effort. So I have to science out what I'm going to do about that. But in general, everything kind of lines up. Nice and tight here and there. And yeah, I won't be welding this in anytime soon. I still have to do these, but I haven't decided whether I want to cut this out or cut it out and then just remake the flange as part of this. I haven't decided yet. Probably the same amount of work both ways. I don't know. This already has a nice flange here, but it's a lot of welding, super thin stuff, so that's kind of tedious work. But that's essentially the floor. I got lots of other stuff that I have to do. That would be a lot easier if the floor wasn't in it. And I've been kind of contemplating on pulling this dash out and cutting along this Sharpie line here. Just so I can clean up. There's a bunch of rusty stuff in there, and it's just going to make everything easier to weld the roll cage in and notch this. I don't know. I haven't decided, but I'm thinking that might be a worthwhile endeavor just to make everything look better, right? All the holes I have to fill in the dash, I got to get both sides of it and stand on my head and whatnot. So, I mean, once it's on the rotisserie, it'll be a little bit easier, but if that dash is out of there, it'll be way easier. So, and better. Like, I'm not going for easier. Or easier would be write a check and buy a 67 Mustang Fastback that already had a V10 in it. Those don't exist. Okay, well, never mind. None of this is supposed to be easy. That's why I'm doing it. Thanks for watching. If you like this content and want more, subscribe, like, and share.